I feel like this week was the week that I finally got used to the early darkness, the temperatures dropping, the rain coming, the clouds, and the dreary days being in full force. And I just wanted to actually talk about different ways in which I have really, really tried to start loving the winter season as someone who previously has really hated a lot of winters. And I just don't want to be someone who just hates an entire season, hates entire months of the year. And I've been really trying to rewrite that this past year. So, one of the first things that I realized started helping me in the winter was winter specific hobbies. So, these are hobbies that I really don't do other times of year. And it's something that I can look forward to, something that just kind of enters my mind around this time of year and has this essence of coziness and obviously something that I can do inside. And baking is definitely one of them in terms of volume. Like, I definitely bake a lot more in the winter, but I do bake throughout the entire year. So that's not like winter specific. But one thing that I started doing maybe a few years ago was puzzles. And I hadn't really done puzzles as an adult. I used to do them as a kid, like all the time. And so, really getting a thousand piece, like 500 to a thousand, I feel like was just, I don't know, it just started something that made me really, really excited. And what I'll do now is I'll put on an audiobook while I do a puzzle. And so I'm like getting a story and doing something with my hands. And there's just something about that that's really comforting. And another thing I like to revisit is writing, which, if you haven't noticed, I have had a lot of writing videos lately and I've picked up my novel again. And oh, this is a practice I've been doing. So basically, on the back side of my to do list, every day, I'll write down a few things that I just like want to release. So they can be just returning thoughts or thoughts that have been occurring more frequently. And I'll just turn around my to do list. So I'm kind of burning my old to do list and if there was anything unchecked there, I'm not like, it's not in my face anymore. It's over with. It's a new day. I can do new things. And the thoughts that I just don't want to be repeating, the beliefs I don't want to specifically be believing, just burn them to ash. Just put them in the fire. And I'll do this repeatedly. I've been doing it almost every day the last little bit, and it has really made a difference. Like, I genuinely feel just a little bit better every time I do it. And I also decided to take the screen door out, at least for the winter, because I know I'm not going to be using it for the winter. And I don't like using it anyway because it goes all the way to the floor, and I'm just scared that my cats are going to like grab it and somehow open it and then be lost in the woods. But it definitely opened up this view, which is where I like to sit for coffee and watch the sun come up, which that's another thing I've been doing. My old routine was waking up, putting all the lights on, and journaling, reading, like just really starting right away. Like, it's still a slow morning and I'm doing exactly what I want, but all this brightness right away. And I was realizing that I was having such a difficult time with the darkness. So, what I've been doing is like making my cup of coffee and then turning all the lights off and just sitting at that door and watching the sky brighten for a little bit with no, like, nothing in my field, no journaling, no on my phone, no social media, no anything, just literally watching the sky get a little lighter. And it's kind of helped me notice that the sky does actually get lighter earlier than I thought because I can't really see it with all the lights on inside the house until a certain point. And I don't know, there's just something about being with the earth and looking out at nature while it's brightening that transitions me into this really creative space and so I felt way more creative, like after that transition. And also, I have an e reader. So sometimes I'll, watch the sky without any input for 5 to 10 minutes, and then I can just read in the dark, which is really fun to do in the morning. But another thing is that I've been making a lot of broths. I've recently learned how to make ramen from scratch, and I've been just rinse and repeating this and trying to nail down this recipe and nail down exactly how I like it. And I'll make enough for like 3 or 4 ramens, and then whenever I heat it up, it's just so easy. I just have to boil a puck for the noodles and um, heat up the broth, and it's just ready to go. So that's been another thing. I really want to learn more recipes this year. I cook at home like 99% of the time, and I love it. But a lot this past year, I've kind of just accepted that I wasn't in a space to learn a ton of new meals. I was learning more baking stuff, and now I want to learn new meals and not just have the same things all the time, which, at the end of the day, all you really need to do is eat. But I do love variety, and I do love learning how to cook and learning how to make my favorite things. And whenever I really nail it down and it becomes like one of my routine meals, it feels so good. It feels like I've accomplished something that I don't know, it can't leave you, like once you know it, you know it. And then it's part of your repertoire. And then like you can only add to that, and you can only learn how to do new things after that, like once you nail certain things down. So it's just really exciting and it feels really good. And I'm trying to think, like, I feel like that's about all I've done this week in terms of um, like actual physical routines and habits that have been helping me transition. But another thing, truly, when it comes down to it, is just the full acceptance of what's happening. So I'd say about half of the winter back in the day when I was really set on hating it, it was just so much resistance to where I was actually at. And whenever I realized that it was complete and utter resistance, I realized I just needed to fully accept and go, like, this is where I'm at and this is what I'm doing. And this, like, I feel like it's so easy to just be like, oh, I wish I could move. I wish I could go somewhere warmer. I wish this, I wish that. But at the end of the day, it's like, okay, well, you're not, right? Like, you can't do that right now. So, what are you going to do about it? Are you just going to be mad? Like, I can be really just brutal with myself sometimes, but it's actually really helpful whenever I look head on at exactly what I'm resisting. Oh, you're resisting the cold? Like, get a jacket. Like, get some good gloves. That's literally all it took. Also, can we talk about the perfect ramen bite? I live for the perfect ramen bite. I love it so much. Um, but yeah, like, what are you going to do about it? Like, once you just fully accept it, I feel like your brain can be like, okay, yeah, like, how are we solving this? And it's not moving to a warmer state, and it's not this, it's not like, it's literally just accepting where you are. Because I honestly, truly love where I live, and I love the forest, and I don't think I would want to be in a place that didn't experience all seasons. But of course, there's going to be some weeks like this where I could tell I was resisting, and I was trying to like be happy go lucky about it. I was trying to like do all my routines and take my vitamin D and just be like, "Oh, I love the winter. Like this is what I did last year and it worked." And yeah, that was not working this time, and it was just like, "Okay, I just need to fully accept." Like last year was my first year here, so of course it was just fun and exciting. Like I had just moved, and this year it's the new normal. So there's nothing like outwardly that's new and exciting, and I just have to get used to the rhythm. Also, this is just me covering my garlic beds, which honestly, those little guys, they're lying dormant. See their little bitty growth? Like They grow just a little bit, they lie dormant for the rest of the year, they'll like pop off in the spring, but they're just growing under there. They're rooting. And that's what I want to do this winter. I mean, that's what I want to do every winter, but here's the caveat. I feel as though I am scared that time stops in the winter, that I stop in the winter, that creativity stops, that things can't happen. I can't meet my goals. I can't have my dreams. Like I'm waiting for all of my dreams until the summer or the spring or whenever I feel like myself again. And I actually do not want to like that can be like something I write down every day is like my life is not dormant right now actually like there my life is so full of so many fun amazing things. I love baking, I love writing, I love all these little hobbies that I have all the time for because I'm not outside all the time. And honestly, I can take walks, I can bundle up. I can do all this. Like, I can still get outside. No, I'm not going to spend as much time outside as I once did, but there's still so much movement that I can have in this time of year. And I think that's part of like what makes my chest clench at the thought of winter is thinking that everything stands still and nothing's happening. And I'm waiting for life to happen. And I have to wait and I'm forced to wait because it's cold and dreary and the sun's not out and all these things. But whenever you unveil the cover of it, there is so much beauty in the season and there's so much to be done. And some days still suck. Like, but also like I have bad days in the summer too. I have bad days in every single season. I just think they stick more with me in the winter because I tend to blame the winter all the time. Like, this is what it is. It's just bad time. But it's not. It's really not. And life is going to keep moving whether I'm happy about it or not. So, might as well just figure out these little things to be like decently okay with it, you know? So, these are my practical little tips. I hope that they helped you out in any way. If you are a fellow previous, we're going to say previous because we're changing our thoughts and our mindset. You're a previous winter hater and you want to be a winter, at least acceptor. We don't have to love it yet. That might come in a few years. There's parts of it I love now. We don't have to love it yet, but we can at least accept it, find the beauty in it, and not just be complaining about it the entire time and wishing we were somewhere else because that's what sucks. This book, Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid, who I've never read anything else by. I loved this book so much. I just wanted to stop and tell you to read it. Man, it's so good. I mean, NASA, 1980s. That's all I'm going to say. Gut wrenching and like there became a point this morning where I could not put it down. I had to finish it before I started my day, which I feel like for me personally this year, lately, I haven't found a book that like does that to me, that makes me just want to sink in. And I was like, I love this feeling so much. Two, it made me sob before breakfast, which I am at my emotional strongest in the morning. Like, if something's gonna break me, then that's crazy. So I just wanted to say I suggest reading this book. I'm definitely probably going to read some other books by her, but right now I am just in a space mood, so I'm probably going to pick up another space book of some sort. So if you have any space related sci-fi recs, please let me know. But yeah, I love this book so much. It's funny because I just read Piranesi by Susanna Clark, I believe was the author's name, and I really, really loved it. Like, it quickly became probably my favorite book of the year. And now this is definitely topping that. So to read my two favorite books so close together to end off the year, I was thinking about doing an entire maybe ranking video of all the books I've read. But at the same time, I did go through all of Throne of Glass last winter, so like earlier this year, and I really loved that. So it might be hard to like remember how I felt about every single one, but I might do a video like that. But Atmosphere, highly suggest. And I feel like the timing of the year, it's like a perfect time to read something like this, just based on the settings and the vibe. I'm just wrecked, so I feel weird like just normally starting my day, but I absolutely love that a story and book could do this to me again because I've missed this feeling. I feel like I have read a lot of lackluster books this year, which is sad. I love good stories, so it just felt good to like read a good book in a while. But yeah,